If you own a website or generate online traffic of any kind, CPA Lead can make you a lot of money. So what is CPA Lead? CPA Lead is an award-winning digital content monetization platform. In other words, we're experts at turning online web or mobile traffic into revenue. In fact, we've not only been the recipient of multiple awards, we've made the Inc. 500 list, America's list for the fastest growing companies in the nation, in back-to-back years. And we've generated over $100 million in revenue for webmasters and individuals who generate traffic just like yourself. Now, what we want to show you today is our powerful new tool set that can integrate with any web platform to generate revenue for you. And we're going to start here in the CPA Lead dashboard. So as you see, there's some basic information like earnings, there's an account number in the top right corner, and this is just a demo account for the purposes of this demonstration. So we're going to go over to tools on the left hand side, and that's where the particular focus is today. And we're going to click there and see all the different tools that we're going to be discussing, and we see the banner ad, custom ad, pop under ad, interstitial ads, and the ability to manage banners or any of the other ads. So let's just go ahead and click on banner ad. And here you see a very nicely laid out page. You see a lot of different banner sizes, different options at the top for banner ads, the custom ad, pop under, interstitial. And on the right hand side here, I'm going to draw attention for just a moment to this YouTube video. And this is a banner ad tutorial for how to add banners to your site. And how is that different from the tutorial or the demonstration we're going through today? It goes in much more depth specifically for banner ads. And we highly recommend that you always take a look at our professionally made videos that provide you with step-by-step guide and can give you a lot of tips and tricks and things that you need to know about our products. So I highly recommend viewing this before proceeding with our banner ad tools. Now back to the banner ad. Let's take a look at what we have here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on one, and I'm going to click on the 728 by 90, and you get a preview of the ad that would integrate with your page. And the first thing that's going to strike you is that there are 3 columns and 3 different ads. So why 3 different ads? Why not just one? Well, we've been in business since 2006, and our market research and data has been refined, and we've applied various algorithms. We've tested a lot of things. Long story short, we've perfected our platform and optimized it to understand how many ads we should show. What makes more sense? Should we show just one big ad here, or do 3 smaller ads work better? Because the overall goal is making you the most money possible. And we found that with this specific creative size, displaying 3 in the way that we are here is most conducive to generating revenue, as it provides proper sizing, and it gives your viewers or visitors to your page or to your mobile site the opportunity to interact and have some selection, some variety. Now you'll see if we look at our 300 by 250, there's that one single creative winter Burger King meal. Doesn't it make you hungry just looking at it? It's a strong ad for us, and these ads will change, but what we noticed with this creative size is that regardless of the ad unit, it was optimal to have one. So you'll see we mix and match. Let's take a look at 160 by 600. Of course, given this size, we have 5 different rows, only 1 column. So leave it to us. We're the experts here, and we've leveraged a tremendous amount of traffic, billions of impressions, clicks, to allow us to understand this marketplace. So we'll look at all these different sizes, and I'm just going to click at a few here to give you an idea. And as you can see, it changes. We display different amounts of ads. We have a different focus, different shape based on the creative size. Now, what if you want to do something custom? Okay, well, you can click on custom ad, or you can scroll down and click on edit banner. They'll both take you to the same page. I'm going to click on custom ad up here. So let's take a look at the options in front of us. You can customize the look and feel, because we know that even though we've come up with a lot of templates and general sizes that allow you to leverage our experience, there may be instances where having a custom setup makes the most sense for your particular web property. So when that happens, you have 100% flexibility, and you really don't find this elsewhere, but I suppose that's why we're the experts here. So let's take a look. You can choose the number of rows and columns, and I'm going to set it to 3 rows and 3 columns. And you want to make sure that you set your iframe size appropriately to house those rows and banners. Sorry, those rows and columns. Now, said differently, that means if you're going to have 3 rows and 3 columns, the iframe size is exactly that. For those of you who aren't familiar, just think of the word frame. It frames that. If your frame is too small and the picture is big, it's going to overlap and it won't fit. So you want to hit generate code, and we're going to take a look here. It's 800 by 300 right now. Let's go ahead and view that preview. So it takes us to another page, and here you go. We have 3 columns and 3 rows, and you see multiple different ads. And what that does is it gives your visitors a lot of variety. They're going to be interested in something more likely than not, or more frequently than with other creative sizes. So it's very interesting. It's conducive to doing what? Exactly what we're here for, to making money, and making a lot of money, much more than you would anywhere else. And so let's go back to that page. And then what we see is we can save our banner, but let's name it first. And I'm going to call it My Banner 1. And then we save that. And once you've saved it, you can get the code. So take a look here. So we see My Banner 1 custom ad. We see when I created it, and we can go ahead and get the code. I'm going to click Get Code. We take that, copy it, and place it into your website. So I'm going to go back to banner ad. There was still one section left, and we didn't look at the custom HTML code or custom CSS code, which you have all down here. You can type in, you can manipulate that and make some adjustments for those of you who are familiar. For those of you who aren't familiar and see this as being intimidating, don't worry, you don't have to do anything with it specifically. You just go and grab the code as we showed you, and you can integrate that with your site. So let's go ahead and take a look at pop under ads. So pop under ads are extremely popular, pardon the pun. And here we see another fantastic tutorial video, and I think you'll really get a lot of value out of them. And I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I highly recommend you look at all of our individual videos. You extract a lot of value, and every little additional thing that you know, every little tip or trick or optimization that you can come up with can help you generate more money, so it's worth your time. Now let's look at some of the options we have here. So we have templates for you with pop under ads. When you hover the cursor over one of them, you'll see a preview. So let's go to an adjustable desktop iframe, and this is what it looks like. You see this preview here, and we're going to go ahead and choose one just for the sake of this demonstration, and I'm going to say an adjustable desktop iframe. So we get to select the pop under size if we'd like, and we can see it's 4 rows by 3 columns, and the same thing, the iframe size is set, and you get to choose how you open this ad. So let's talk about that for a quick moment. How you open the ad. We have a few different options. You can open in a new iframe window behind the destination page in current tab. It's our third option. Second option is add in a new tab and open destination page in current window, or open ad in current tab and open destination page in new tab. So what it's talking about is, if you're familiar with a pop under, it can appear behind your page, or you can open it in a new iframe. There's different ways to pop windows, and you get that granular level of customization to choose how you want to display it to your visitors, to make sure that it matches perfectly and flows exactly the way that you want it to. All too often we see with different platforms, they're very rigid. There's only one option or maybe 2, and you can't have things exactly the way you want them. We let you customize down to every last detail. So if a visitor is using mobile device display, let's look at that option. And this gives you the option to show something different if a visitor is using a mobile device. Of course, because we know that mobile devices function differently and they display things differently. So I only have this design, my banner, and a test. But I can choose from anything that I've designed and saved. And if I want to serve that in instances where there's a mobile device, I can. And I can choose from that here. So we even give you that option just to make sure that you're fully optimized. Optimization equals greater revenue. And that's what we're focused on. And that's what we're going to do for you. So here you can enter your CSS class for a click event, and enter the class name, and of course you can enter the banner name and save the banner, and everything works much like it did for the banner ads. You enter it, save it. Always make sure, and this is just a reminder, always make sure before going to get your code and saving your banner, make sure you click generate code, and that'll update everything down here before you proceed. And if you want to look into the custom CSS code or custom HTML code, you can. So you would click generate code, save, and then the process is the same for getting the code as it was with the banner ads. So next we're going to look at interstitial ads. Once again, where do we start? We start with the ad tutorial. Fantastic ad tutorial. I think you'll really enjoy them. They're very easy to follow. They're professionally made, and you'll get a lot of good insight into our tools. So let's take a look here at what we have. I'm going to take a look at the, let's see, I think the desktop overlay. So I'm going to click on that, and we see the preview here. What is a desktop overlay? What is an interstitial? How does it work? So as you know, an interstitial oftentimes is what you see when you're going from one page to another. Some people think of it as an island. You have to stop in between, get a timer, count down, and move on. An overlay, I particularly like overlays because it's laid over your page, and then you can either close it out or it closes after a certain amount of time, which we're going to look at in just a moment here. But it's very sleek. It's able to introduce the ad units to your visitors while at the same time allowing them to see that they're still on the page and they maintain that look and feel. It depends on what you feel works best for you. You have multiple options. As you see, alternative desktop, adjustable desktop interstitial, and we have some mobile options. But we've clicked on desktop overlay. Let's look at the options. Again, you set your iframe size and you can view your preview. And what we're going to do here is look at the next option, skip button. So you can add a skip button or a close button. So skip button is something where a timer runs down and then the user can click skip. You've most likely seen this in the past. And a close button means you can just close it. We're going to go with the skip button, and we can set our timer. I'm going to set it to 7 seconds because that's my lucky number. So we'll go with lucky number 7. You can set it to whatever you'd like though. You can set it to 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds, 10, whatever you think makes the most sense. Obviously, the longer you set it to, the longer the user has to view the ads. The shorter, the quicker they can move on. So there's a balance there, and everybody is going to have their own preference. 5 seconds tends to be standard, but it's completely up to you. Again, if a visitor is using a mobile device, display this design, my banner 1, or test. What does that mean? If you have something else designed for those with mobile devices, you can choose it there. And everything else is the same with the CSS class for click event, banner name, save, and then you'd go and get your code. And here's the custom HTML code and custom CSS code that you can interact with and make modifications to if you feel so comfortable. And we're going to take a quick look at the preview before we move on. So I'm going to click preview, and this function is just like an interstitial, you know, where you click, here is the link. In the example, it's CPA lead. So I'm trying to go to CPA lead. I get this overlay. You can see the progress bar at the top, so we don't show the exact time. We just show the progress bar, which ran for 7 seconds. I can interact with the ads or go ahead and close it, which I just did. And here we are. We've arrived to our page. For us, and for the purpose of this demo, it's CPA lead. For you, it would be your website. So what's an example of where you would use an interstitial? Well, if someone's on your home page and you want them to see that large ad or overlay or that creative before getting to the next page. Let's say that they're going to an article or a video, and before getting there you want to introduce them to these ads. That's when you use an interstitial. So it's interstitial ad. Inter is the keyword here because it's in between different pages on your page, on your website. It's a very powerful ad unit. And so there you have our demonstration. Of course, if you enter a name, save, and you can get your code and then insert it and use that. But what we're going to do now is just go through a brief recap. So let's take a look. So we have banner ads, and here we go. Watch all the tutorials. Here are the different sizes. We've got everything optimized for you on these various sizes, and we have several different sizes that you can use. But if you want to customize, remember, click Edit or Custom Ad, and then you can choose. In the standard options, we're choosing the number of rows and columns. We always click Generate Code, set your iframe size, take a look at your preview, make sure to save your banner ad name, and then you'll be in the Manage Banners area where you can get your code. And also remember that on the left-hand side here, you can always just click Manage Banners. So if you want to go and look at everything that you've created, get your code, or make some adjustments there, you're free to at any time. We have our custom HTML code and CSS code at the bottom here. And pop under ads, very similar. You have different template options, and then you can customize them as well. The main difference with pop under ads, where you have to make a selection, is how you want the user flow to work. And that's in open this ad in, and it tells you the options. So you can open the tab in the destination page, open in a new tab, and of course in a new iframe window behind the destination page and current tab. So that's what's different about a pop under, because the format is different from a banner. And of course, if visitors using mobile device display, remember we went over that. You get to pick your options if you have something preset. CSS class for click event and banner name, that's the same. And then we get to interstitial ads, which we just went through. The main difference here being the skip button. Do you want it to be a skip button? Do you want it to be a close button? If it's a skip button, what kind of timing do you want to use? And that's it. So there are some commonalities here in the way that we provide you with a very expansive set of options for each one of these ad formats. But the beauty here is that there's something that works with your web platform or your mobile platform, whether you want to go with banner ads, pop under ads, interstitial ads, and you can combine them and you could do all of them if you'd really like. So whatever works for you can test, and it's really great and it's really unique that you can perform so many customizations. We highly recommend that you view the tutorial videos. Again, it's a broken record, but we want you to immerse yourself and be familiar. Beyond that, if you have any questions for us, we love your feedback. We've been doing this for a very long time. We're the experts at it. We've received a lot of rewards and awards from various groups. We've been in the Inc. 500 twice, as I mentioned, and generated so much revenue and money for individuals like yourself. If you're watching this, it's worth a test. If you've tried different platforms and are looking for something different where you get more control and have an opportunity to make more money, go with a proven company that's been around since 2006, has generated an enormous amount of revenue, has won awards. We have all the credentials. We've done it for so many others like you, and we would love to partner with you and grow your revenue as well. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out to us. We do love feedback, and thanks for viewing this video.